In my personal practice, I had situations where moms would sit in the bed and just cry. They would ask me questions like, does the baby have teeth, or am I bleeding, or things like that. There are just so many concerns for women who are very unprepared for what breastfeeding really means. Hello, moms and dads, and welcome back to Nurse Onyi Teaches. My name is Onyi, and it is my pleasure to accompany you in this journey, whether you are still pregnant or whether you've given birth. If you have not done so already, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button, and don't forget to turn on your notification bell so that you are aware of every time I upload a video. Now, if you are a mom who just gave birth to a baby and are dealing with the difficulties that accompany breastfeeding, this video is for you. If you are still pregnant and wondering whether this is something you want to commence upon, make sure you grab a seat and take some notes. Many women, when they are pregnant, especially if they are first-time moms, have this general fairy tale conception of what breastfeeding is. They believe that once they arrive in the hospital and they give birth, that everything goes smoothly, baby learns what it needs to learn, or baby just performs, and that mom just jumps into the swing of things. But that is not always the case. Now, for many moms, new moms, repeat moms, they just get right into the swing of things. Babies come out and they are perfect latchers. But that is not the case for so many women. In my personal practice, I had situations where moms would sit in the bed and just cry. They would ask me questions like, does the baby have teeth, or am I bleeding, or things like that. There are just so many concerns for women who are very unprepared for what breastfeeding really means. And that's why I feel like a lot of women need to be taught that breastfeeding is not a sprint, it is a marathon. You need to understand that it is a learning process. For one, if you are a first-time mother, you've never done this before, you need to give yourself some time to learn the process of breastfeeding. It's not a skill that comes inbuilt. You have to learn how to latch your baby. You have to learn how to position yourself correctly. You've got to learn so many other things like pumping or the nature of your breast shapes and things like that. And for your baby, the learning process is much the same. Babies have never been in this world before. When they were in the womb, they did not need to breastfeed. When they are born, they also need to learn, amongst many other things, how to breastfeed. This is where it is highly important for moms and dads, or whoever your support person is, to appreciate the fact that you are not going to be perfect if this is your first time. If you have had more than one baby in the past, you also need to understand that all babies are not the same. I'm a mother of 4, and the way my oldest child nursed is not the way my youngest child nursed. Some babies get it right off the bat, like I said, and other babies need to be taught and shown, and the process can be repetitive. So make sure you give yourself some time to learn. Now, you also need to keep in mind that there are many resources available to you to help you as you learn this journey. When you give birth in the hospital, make sure you get in touch with your nurse. Get your nurse to teach you how to position the baby, teach you some tips and some tricks. There are many nurses who absolutely love teaching the breastfeeding process. When I was a nurse at the bedside, it gave me absolute joy to get with a mother in the bed next to her and her baby, sit behind them, stand next to them, explain the process to them, wipe the tears from their eye. I understand that it can be very frustrating, especially when you know you want to feed your baby. This is the chosen avenue for feeding this child for you. And all of a sudden it's not working out how you want to for various issues. Also, make sure you ask in the hospital whether there is a lactation support person or specialist on duty. Do not sit there in the hospital and suffer in silence. I've seen many moms, I walk in a room, you can tell she's frustrated, but she just does not want to deal with it anymore. Her support person does not know what to do. So you ask her, is everything okay? Is breastfeeding going well? And she say, yeah, everything is fine. And then she turns around, goes home, and either quits breastfeeding or starts to look up so many different things online to assist with that. While you are in the hospital, and I don't care which country you are in the world, make sure you search out what resources are available to you. Women world over breastfeed, so nations have made it a task, a duty to provide those necessary helps and tips for the moms who give birth across the world. One of the best online resources for breastfeeding moms is known as La Leche League. And I will put the website right here so that anyone who needs access to it can have this access. You can also join many online support groups. I know all over Facebook there are many support groups where moms like you or experienced mothers come and share their experiences, share tips, share some tricks. And before you know it, you've picked up something that you didn't know before, which will help you along in your breastfeeding journey. Wherever you find yourself on your breastfeeding spectrum, on this breastfeeding spectrum, I'm here to encourage you. Do not be frustrated. Take a deep breath. Allow yourself to learn the process. It's not magical. It does not come natural to everybody. Don't feel the need to beat yourself up because you didn't get it, or you have a sibling or auntie or somebody who it just came to naturally and you feel odd or set apart from everyone else. Know that your journey with your baby is special and it is unique to both of you. Remember, you are also dealing with so much that accompanies the postpartum period. You have to recover, whether you had a vaginal delivery or a cesarean birth. You are dealing with recovery. You're dealing with pain. Postpartum contraction is a very real thing. And when you breastfeed, that can further compound the pain that you deal with in the postpartum period. So get your mind in a space that allows you to learn. Don't just say every other woman did it, so I should be able to do it too. I should have no problem. That may not be your situation. Take a deep breath. Before you give birth, make sure you read online. Get yourself educated. It is so critical to get the right education from the right sources so that you are armed with information before you even deliver the baby. And if you've already delivered your baby, these resources follow you through the postpartum period and help you so that you and your baby adjust appropriately. Whatever you do, do not quit, especially if this is something you want to do. Give yourself 2 to 3 weeks, allow your baby to get adjusted to the process, and before you know it, you and baby would have established a routine that works for the both of you. I wish you a healthy, safe, and happy pregnancy if you are still expecting, and I congratulate you if you have had your baby, and I wish you success in breastfeeding. If you have not already, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you turn on the bell so that you are notified when I upload videos. And then share this video with somebody who you know may benefit from it. Don't forget to leave me comments with any questions or concerns that you may have, and I will either address them directly to you or I will film a new video to give an umbrella answer to many people. Believe it or not, a lot of people have the same question that you have. Until the next time, be blessed.